Hey, today I want to ask you, do you have a fear of something, but you really, really want to do it, but fear stopping you? Did you ever feel like, oh my God, if not the fear, I probably would do this and that, but are really afraid? And the biggest question, what are you afraid of? Because many people would say, well, I am afraid of judgment. If I would fail, then how would I look to my family and what would they say? That's really very, very, very many people do that, and they're really afraid of things. What could people say about them? And especially now when it's media on and all, and we very much of, you know, at so many eyes, we more worry and fear of everything. Then another fear would be, why, how will it happen? Well, it's not will be what I wanted, so actually I will disappoint myself and I will disappoint others. And what other fear, maybe you can comment and write what fear would hold you to achieving what you want. And of course the question, what do you want? Because me, as a success mentor and a love and relationship coach and global known fashion designer and like celebrities designer, what I was actually never really even dared to dream, but I will be dressing stars on the red carpet for Venice Film Festival, for Cannes Film Festival, and actually just like last weekend we done video filming for the video for the musician who will be going touring. He's an Irish musician, but he will be going touring in America with this video clip, and I hope everything will be fab, and my dress will be on it as well. And that was the idea. So we'll see how it will happen. But you know how much they can put in 3 minute video. But that's what we was doing, and it was amazing, and people was amazing, and we all together. But of course, I could start in screaming, oh my God, if everybody don't like, nobody like my dress, or what will happen if this will not be good, or what would happen? Like, I never had a minute to have, like, I didn't have a time to think about it. First, I was too busy to doing it because I'm doing it between working for my clients and I'm crazy busy. And then, of course, looking after clients of life coaching and, mentoring and energy healings every 2 weeks. So I'm really, if I would say first minute, if you have a fear, and if you want to do something, but fear is stopping you, I would nearly say make yourself busy and less think and more act. So that would be first kind of suggestion. But the second suggestion, really, like this was just like a kind of little joke, like make yourself busy just like me, and I have no time to worry about something because it's have to be done and I barely have a time to do it. So it's better make yourself busy and not thinking too long. As you know, when long time ago people wanted to invent like light, and how many problems they was having, and Tesla and all other people who wanted to invent light. And when people were sitting and looking only at the candle light, they could not imagine that they could push the button and the room would light up. As now, actually today, electricity went from in my place for about 2 hours, and I'm like, oh my God, how did we live without electricity? And that's time I was really appreciating to have electricity, because then I could not do much, not to have a tea, and actually could not sew, so I was cutting but then needs to sew. So yes, electricity is really, really so important. As my granddad actually, and my first sewing machine, and actually that was my granddad's sewing machine, it was the pedally, so I did not need electricity. So I was like, that would be nice to have it now. And that could be something interesting, because it was actually really very good machine, like sewing machine, and I was worked a lot on that one. And my granddad, he was making all, and my mom, like we all had that sewing machine gone through our hands. But of course, when my time came, I put on a little engine and it worked from electricity. So my mom was very surprised, but we could do that because this times we could do a little bit more. And I did it myself. Imagine, put on a little angel, which you can put it on, switch it on, and I had the electric pedal, and it was amazing. My mom could not believe it. But then, of course, I worked a lot on that, and mom was saying, wow, this is showing just how time going. And if we're not stuck in the same time, as really how I suggest, let's not stuck in the same time. And of course, I want to just say, why am I being orange? Because I'm supporting Jigsaw Mental Health for Youth, beautiful charity. But I will be talking now for all month till middle of April. Because if somebody missed, I will be doing pilgrim walk to Spain, 122 kilometers, and we are actually working together. We become partners with the Jigsaw beautiful charity, and I feel very, very close to it because I went through my own youth kind of mental things. So it actually took me a lot longer to work on it, but actually this is where it brought me. I become someone what I'm actually now know a lot more than I was knowing that time, and now I can help other people. So I actually always say, no matter how bad it could be, always look what it will come out after. And that's what my own things, what I need to look into it and look into it deeper. Now I'm actually helping for others. So I think it always have a like a penny have a always double side and plus and minus. So it's always kind of not always only a minus, you know. So today I want to really kind of ask you, what is your biggest fear when you going to, if you want to create something, if you want to start something, or maybe just to propose to someone, you know, or something? What is your biggest fear? Because fear is something where it's actually just false limitation, false imagination. And of course, then when that false imagination appears reality in some maybe others' lives, maybe not in your lives even, we saying, oh my, you see, I was right, or you see, my mom was right, or you see, the neighbor done it, and you see, oh my God, I will not do it because that's it. But what's stopping us? The biggest thing, what is stopping us, we're listening to mind, but we're not hearing our heart. Our heart mind is actually gave you that idea to do something what you want. That's actually where it comes from. It came from deep of your heart. That's mean your higher mind. And higher mind is in your heart. And its whole ideas and amazing ideas, it's in your heart. It's a lot deeper than you think. But then a heart sending you signals. And what you do, you start thinking, oh, how will I do it? And actually, this is scientifically proven. They already done many like job on it. And they was doing some experience, and they was doing so many things. And what they was doing, they putting all, electrodes and all to a heart and all. And they done many studies. And what they done, they was kind of showing something nice on the screen, and the heart would be happy, and then they would show something terrible and person would scared, and the first signal they got into the heart, and then signal as like danger went into the brain, and then brain set to the muscles like act. So that's mean run away or move away or drop it. If it's like painful, if it's fire, it's danger. But if it's like something danger, like say somebody coming and hunt you or something, then it's a danger, and then your body reacts and run. And that's what was very interesting. Before, people always were saying like it's all about mind, heart is just beating and keeping us alive. But actually heart having a lot more, like you don't even know, I don't even know. And oh my God, they're still every day finding new and new things. But actually soul lives in the heart. So when a soul giving you ideas, your higher mind giving you that ideas, then you're sending to your mind and saying, okay, let's do it. And your mind starting tricking you. and tripping you and giving you, oh no, where will you go? Remember the memory of another something, and someone wanted to do it but didn't happen, something, and then it's starting sending you scary signals. And that's where its problem comes. Its scarcity becomes bubble, huge, 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 and the bubble exploded. And I could tell you 100 examples how I was when I could tell you, I can tell it now. When I decided, not like decided, my heart, my higher powers, my higher self told me to go to Pilgrim Walk. And when I started Googling, I'm like, oh, Jesus, do I have to do, like, oh my God, how will I go? And actually, I have some on my feet. It's like a muscle. It's a fasciitis or whatever it's called. It's like muscle where it's actually, when you walk, it's pulling and you giving pressure. And actually, it's pretty painful, like really painful. So in the end of the day, I barely can walk. And this yoke is really annoying me. But actually, I was starting to look into it. I was like, how will I go 120 and 30 kilometers with this pain? I sometimes, in the end of the day, I'm really in pain. Like we was in Venice, I was really struggling with that. And I don't know why is this muscle, one on one leg, decide to be not so stretchy. I don't know. But actually, they were saying what many people after COVID, they complaining about that because we went more on the flat shoes, on the slippers, especially when we was at home. And when I was working in my shop, I would always have a little heel. So the pressure on that muscle would be pretty little, because I always on the heel. As now was all down and all this pressure on my muscle, it's actually happening a lot more painful. But because I am on the flat shoes, because at home, I'm not wearing much high. But naturally now I started wearing back to my little bit higher shoe just for really to release the pain. But I'm not going to be going with my high shoes to hike. So we went to the doctor, and actually they give me like a shape of, like, they created like a shape of my foot. And now I'm actually a lot lighter and a lot easier because it's not getting all this pressure. So it's actually this Camino walk already helping me. I was like, oh, sugar, how will I do it? But yes, it's actually scary because I will be having only what I could have it on me. So that's mean it's saying what you're supposed to walk and bring your bag only 10% of your own weight. So my bag should be about 6-7 kilos, no more. How will I do that? But of course, I will work on that. But the point is, you don't know what the weather will be. You don't know what is, it's like so many questions and so many. And of course, I could be starting, oh my God, if I get sick, and not to go at all. Because questions, it could be like 100 questions, millions. And they actually could starting stopping you. But I'm actually opposite. I don't want to know questions. I'm actually saying I will go with the flow. And like I said, the Camino walk already helping me because I probably wouldn't go to the doctor to work out on my feet. I would say it will be fine. I will work it out myself. I have a time, but now I don't have time. So I said, I better do it. I better ask for the doctor, for the foot specialist, if I can say properly. He's actually, they scan it and they put it on the special and they done it for me, for my foot. And actually now it's fine. So you see, I already healed myself by going to asking for the doctor help and without any doctors, like any medicine and all, as long they find how comfortable for me to stand and I can walk, hopefully, for that long. And it is a little bit scary because like I could feel, oh my God, it's scary. Where you going? Your foot is in pain. But I'm saying, it's in pain because doing nothing. It's sitting at home. Maybe it needs to go out and do something more. But of course, it's just because and they saying because of the COVID, many people worked from home and none of them worked proper foot, only like a slippers or like comfy, fluffy socks, as I do. And I love walking bare feet. Like all summer, I was bare feet. And that's what happens. The muscle somehow, I don't know. Don't ask me that. But anyway, I already find one little problem. It could be a very big problem. but I already fixed it and I got the specialist to do it for me. And I already, like, it's helped me already, because if not Camino, I would probably leave it longer and longer and say, I will be fine. I will be work. I will be do stretches. And you can, but it takes time. And I do my stretches and all every day, but it takes time to work a little bit on that. But now I don't have time and I really want to make sure I will be in pain anyway. but it's all for good and it's all for greater good. So how do we work on this fear? The first would ask your heart, would be really, like I said, we're going for this Camino because my heart told me to do it. My higher powers, my higher soul, my someone higher. This is seriously not what I was planning to do. But I'm listening because it must be some point for me to go there. But I'm saying you getting your powers and your higher someone, your higher, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to, make you feel, kind of say, what am I? It could be your higher soul, your higher powers. You could be your inner being, your inner beautiful little girl in you or boy, no matter how you will call it. We are in here to do something higher, something good for all. And I'm really, really proud what I will be doing, something more, not just walking, not just showing up my own powers to do it, really, but actually we will be working for the charity, for the youth charity. So that's actually already makes me feel a lot more powerful to go there. So that's what it's kind of the biggest point. When we deciding something to do, its biggest point is decide, why am I doing it? If you say, I want to do it just to make money, forget about it. It will be next day another shiny penny and you will say, oh, I want that. Or maybe I want that. And that's your brain saying. Your inner being, your inner you always will give you ideas what will be for higher good for all, for bigger humanity things, or bigger something what would be good for you, but like to serve others. It could be business idea, it could be amazing plan idea of something, like I said about light. They did not know how to do it, but they knew it will be possible. And of course they had so many problems, so many things and so many proofs. And it was, if you ever watched the Tesla's movie, do, if you didn't, it's really amazing how much they gone through it. And Ericsson and all that, it's like huge thing. But that's what it was. It sounded like unbelievable. And of course they knew how many problems they will have. But in the end, now we using it like it's normal thing. Like it's like no way it could be not be there. And if it's not be there, like today, like electricity gone for me, and I'm like, oh my God, I could not realize how much I am depending. It's actually heating gone because of electricity, so I was freezing, and I'm like, I don't even have my tea to drink. How? I said, okay, it's like how many things, and we are so depend on it. And that's what is another part. When I will be going, me and my partner will be going Camino for 7 days. We will be in the low, it's not will be like, oh, my charger needs to be charged. So we will have to have special, battery bank and all that. Anyway, I'm not going there because it is actually a little bit woohoo. But it's something very exciting actually. And especially because we will be working with the beautiful Jigsaw charity, I feel more empowered. What it's not only for to prove in me something, but actually improving, like helping for others. And that's exactly where is that deepest meaning. So if you say, oh, I want to bake a cake or whatever, and I will eat it on my own, and it will be lovely, it will be fabulous, great, but who is that good for? But if you say, I will cook the cake and I will invite like kids on the street who's actually will be back after school and will be hungry, but they really enjoy, and I will be feeling good because I shared the cake and they will be really happy. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But if it's only for you, for your own good, your higher inner being not will be support you that much as it would support you if you would be doing a little bit more for someone else. And then when you know you're working together with your higher being, and actually your bloodline supporting you and your all family supporting you, who's already like angels and all, you never on your own. So more you thinking about fear, more you going away further and switch around into your mind, and you're becoming on your own. More you saying, no, I think I know what I'm doing because my heart's saying, my higher mind of my heart, and I know what I know, and that's it. Like nobody will change my mind. Then you really going deeper, stronger, and with the support of your family members, tree, and souls and angels, because they always with you. You never on your own. So the plan what you're doing, and if you're doing from your heart, it always will have a support. And you can even see it when you do something and it's not really going and it's not really happening. And it's like you feel like you're on your own. It is maybe not so much higher good. Maybe it's not really for bigger something. So maybe just need to rethink. Maybe it's not serving more than your own ego. But if it is, you would feel a lot better straight away, and you would see everything goes with little miracles on the way. And it's like a little miracles. Just like we went in Venice and in filming festival, and we done the beautiful photo shoot for my designs and on the beautiful models. It's just like it's just beautiful. And my mom, when I was small, she was calling me Astutia. And I never ever seen in my life, seriously, none, never, my name written somewhere in this kind of type, because Astutia, it's like smaller version of Asta. And we're going into this place, and I can see on the bus, it's like some advertising, but I never see that name word ever. And it's written Astuta. I'm like, what? And I felt like my mom is with me and she's supporting me in this journey, because I am supporting my family's tree of dressmakers, and I'm bringing so high into the Venice, into the, into so special place where my granddad was sewing in the little village. Then my mom was sewing in the town. And now I'm going higher and higher. And it felt like they are supporting me. And I told to one girl, and she a little bit like laughed, but she believes, but not so sure, kind of wants a little bit of proofs. And we was coming back from that place after doing all photo shoot. Weather was beautiful, everything come out just wow. And we see another stand, and it was written, "Angels watching you." I nearly dropped, and she was like, "You stop doing this." I'm like, "I'm not doing anything." But like, we never see this all week. But as soon as I was kind of having these waves, and I said, "Oh, my mom is there with us." And she was like, "That's lovely," but kind of, and then when she see that, she was like, "Oh my God, that is something weird in here." And it's many more amazing like stories what I could tell. Looks like a little miracles helping you, like a little signs, and the science is always around you. Just it's good to see it and really understand them. And more you understand you're not on your own, and it's always help around you. So don't be fear. Don't feel fearful anything if that's for the higher good, for the more succeed for others. If it's like business idea, what you will serve others. It was like some product what will serve for others, will make some problems smaller or maybe disappear. It will be helping for people. That's already is something bigger. And what is the proof of mostly business people are richest people? You know, people who serving others, it's the richer people because they're getting giving more energy and receiving that energy. But not those who not doing much for others and they're not really being connected in that line of service, serving for others. But sometimes could be serving for your child who become someone very big of serving others. That could be fine as well, because I have many questions from moms and they saying, I always was housewife and I always was serving only my family. Am I not, am I like one who's like selfish? No, because you could be helping for the humanity to bring in life doctor or someone who will be helping and doing. You could be the person who creating that amazing person who will be go and serve others. As long as you're doing that, like say child will go and serve others. But sometimes happens what women too much controlling the child and not letting them go and serve others, they become then is not good, because then they're serving more their own ego. I am mom and I don't want to let him go, he's mine and all that. So then is not good. But if you done, created, worked on, minded, help them grow, and like a bird, let them fly and let them free to serve others, then you done good. But I know many women and parents, like both of them, hugging and actually choking them kids. And then kids can't fly. And then they say, what's wrong with you? Well, let them go. And that's another fear what kids then afraid. So it's many, many fears is in life. And if you want to talk about your fear, let's have a chat, because it's a many, many types of fears. But every fear having their own roots, and we can pull them out and release the love and happiness to serve more for others. And of course, everything goes, everything comes back. So it's all this give and receive energy. So I wish you a beautiful evening. And of course, don't forget, if you want to send a little prayer, what you would like, what I would read into the Santiago de Compostela or other. Actually, I done mistake yesterday. It's not Maria Magdalene. It's actually Mary Virgin. She came into the little island and she came on the boat, and people was thinking she came and she actually done a lot of healings and all that. So Maria the Virgin. So I done the little wrong name, because actually Maria Magdalena, it's coming a lot in my dreams, and I'm actually working now. One of my beautiful soul sisters, I'm making for her beautiful outfit, and it's made from her painting where she did draw Maria Magdalene on her clothing, and we printed and all. Oh, it's just long stuff to talk, but I will tell you when it will be done. I will definitely share, because it's beautiful when you're seeing all this codings in this art and everything. So it's Mary the Virgin. She was showing on the Muxia, the little island where we will be going, starting from, and then we will be going into Cathedral Santiago de Compostela. So 2 places, which place you want to, no matter if you want to heal yourself because or something, like what you want to ask, that's no problem. Send it in my website, in the bio when it's in Instagram, and of course all down in the links below. But if you want to just send me, if you can't find it or something, if not opening for you, send it to me privately, and I will send you the link so you can send the prayers, and of course donate and help the beautiful charity what I'm working with the Jigsaw. And I will be talk to you next tomorrow. Next week, I nearly want to say. I will talk to you tomorrow, and I'm wishing you wonderful evening, loads of love, and don't ever stop believing love, because love will beat any fears. So fear, don't feel it's important. Love is more important in this life.